We were on a verbal delay.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It was fine. I just never looked at the screen.
It's very disconcerting. Yeah.
Actually, why can you hear us? And let me start the recording, bear with me 1 moment.
We're muted.
Oh, we're still muted? Okay.
Well, it looks like it.
Or-
Oh, no. All right, thumbs up if you can hear us. All right. Thank you.
Let me just hit record for a moment.
Yep.
Say. Make sure we're still live streaming. Yes, we are still live streaming. So, Erin, thank you.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to welcome you to the MAPC Executive Committee meeting for, what day is it? Monday, June 2nd. And I'm calling the meeting to order at 1:19 p.m. I'm going to take the roll because this is a hybrid, well, it's a virtual meeting. So please come off mute. Let's go. And it's going to be out of order, so everyone pay attention. All right. Sagoon? Oh, he popped off. Okay. Elaine?
Here.
Tom G?
Here.
Claire?
Here.
Sam?
Here.
Imai?
Here.
Jen?
Here.
Keith?
Here.
Steve O?
Yeah.
Angie? Here. Tom D?
Here.
Tabor?
Here.
Steve S?
Here.
Vandana?
Present.
And Erin? Here. Did I miss anyone?
Me.
Oh, Mo, I had you. All right, sorry, Mo. I had you down. I must have skipped over. Mo.
I'm here and present.
All right, great. Thank you. We're on a verbal delay right now. So you guys are saying it and then we're hearing it like 3 seconds later. So that's why it appears that we're not paying attention. All right. So at this time, is there any business not known at the time of the posting of this?
There is not.
Amazing, thank you. So at this time, I am going to entertain a motion for the executive committee to go into executive session for the purpose of review and approval of the contract with the acting executive director and to adjourn the regularly scheduled meeting during executive session.
So move.
Oh, I'm sorry, Steve. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I
Steve,
really had
go
some,
ahead.
I really had something I wanted to say before we went into executive session, if that's okay. Because at the last meeting, I asked a question about the difference between going outside and a in-house meeting, an in-house search only. Because I was under the impression that the only difference was where you advertise. But I was told on good authority that you can do an in-house meeting and only consider somebody in-house. And hearing that, I didn't have much time to think about it. Hearing that, and I voted to do an outside search. So I went home and I didn't talk to anybody. I just thought about it quite a bit, and I kind of realized I was wrong. And there are a lot of disadvantages to doing an outside search. And I know Mo sent us a really good letter last meeting where he gave all the disadvantages of that. And I have a few more of my own. I was familiar with an organization that actually did an outside search, and they fired the person within a couple of weeks. Didn't work out. And another example of the same organization I could give you, but get to the point that there are all these advantages of that, and there are disadvantages to going outside, and all the advantages are to the inside one, namely that an inside search where you only look at people inside the organization, and if you know you have at least one person who is fully qualified to do that, then why not go with that inside search? You know you're going to get someone who's ready from day one to go. It's a known quantity, and it's someone who's ready to has no learning curve and ready to go right away. So I just realized that I thought we ought to think a little bit more about that. So I just want to make a motion that we reconsider our last vote and vote for doing an inside.
So,
Now you can call me out of order or just not even second it, but that's what I wanted to do. That's the way I feel.
thanks, Steve. So that cannot be before us right now, and although I don't disagree with you, Steve, executive committee made that decision at the last meeting overwhelmingly, and the officers are proceeding forward, and we actually interviewed the 3 firms today that were on the state bid list as instructed by the executive committee. That's why we're all together. So we kind of move forward on that.
Yeah, I just kind of feel it's not too late to correct a mistake, but that's okay.
I understand. Keith, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. I had raised my hand before, Steve. I appreciate, and I have a different topic to talk about, and that is whether we are authorized to approve a contract in executive session. My experience has been you can negotiate it in executive session, but you have to return to open session in order to approve it. Thanks.
So in this case, we're actually only asking for your approval to present this to Lizzie. And because this is a strategizing discussion and could be detrimental if the public were to view this, we would maybe able not get the same level of terms. Then I believe it is appropriate to put this into executive session. And I suggest that that's where the discussion about the strategy of the draft contract goes into place. And could then be presented to Lizzie. But that's the only purpose for the executive session.
That's good.
Just
Yeah,
said
okay,
approval.
that's fine. So
That was
we
my
will-
fault. I said review and approval, but
we will need a subsequent vote of the executive
Yes, so
committee after agreement has been reached. So we will need yet another executive committee meeting prior to Mark's departure.
No,
Well, the purpose of this is to discuss the strategy of it, make sure that the terms are accurate, and you give approval to present it to Lizzie. Approval to present it to Lizzie means that you're going to be bound by the terms thereof. But it's still a strategizing discussion. And it would not be appropriate to have this discussion about the draft in an open session.
I agree completely
We
that
would
the
not have
discussion
this
about the
discussion with
draft
Lizzie
should,
here.
yeah. I agree that the discussion about the draft contract should not be an open session. It should be an executive session. The only point I'm making is that from decades of experience of what happens after you negotiate it and it's time to execute it, that there's a public vote.
we did make a public vote at executive committee to appoint her as acting executive director. So we are going to be discussing and hopefully forwarding the terms of that vote.
I don't believe that there is any further negotiation that we anticipate having with Lizzie regarding these terms. If she were to come back with alternate terms and there was a negotiation about the contract, I could see a secondary meeting being necessary to do that. But if she accepts the terms as offered, I don't know why you would meet yet again to reapprove that which you're approving as a draft now.
If I may,
Go ahead.
I think that the issue is whether you need to meet before the 13th. And since Lizzie has already been appointed executive director effective on the 13th, the end of the day. And since the executive committee, I think, is meeting on the 18th. Have I got my math right? Which is not very, very far away. I think that a formal vote, if it needs to be taken in a public session, a formal vote to approve the contract can be taken on the 18th without any problem.
Just reviewing the language of the.
That was not the intention
So-
when I inquired at our last meeting. And there's plenty of examples when select boards hire town managers and they don't violate the open meeting law in the process.
I'm in no way suggesting that we violate the open meeting law. The purpose of this discussion is to review and approve the draft that's been presented to you as terms to go to Lizzie. Because she has to have that in advance of Mark, leaving. You've already approved her as the interim. Thereafter, if there's no change in the terms of the agreement as offered to her, Keith, are you saying you still need to vote despite the fact that you've approved all of the terms in advance?
You have to approve them in public. You can negotiate them and then the document you sign with your employee before they start is in public, not 5 days afterwards.
So let me ask you, would it give you what you need if after we complete the executive session reviewing the terms and the strategy of the draft, if you went back into open session with it live streaming to approve the contract as is, and if Lizzie accepts it as is, no further meeting would need to happen? Would that accomplish what you're thinking of?
Exactly. Yes, my concern was that we were going into executive session and not coming
Okay,
out.
I think your point. So I think that maybe that's the change that we could have, is that after you've entered into executive session, we'll have like an 8th roll call. And go back into session, live stream it. You can vote to approve the terms and conditions of the employment contract for Lizzie. And if she accepts them as is, no further vote should be needed. Is that fair?
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So therefore, I am going to entertain a motion for this group to go into executive session for the purposes of review of and discussion of the contract with the contract of the acting executive director. Period.
To return to open.
And then to return to
After
open
which you will
session.
reconvene.
And
To return to open session
And
at
to
the
return
adjournment
to
of the
open
executive
session.
session. Right?
yes.
That's the motion I
Yes,
would make.
because the original meeting will still be open unless, yes.
So that's the
Motion
motion
made by
I would
Mo.
make. Yeah, that's my motion.
Second.
Second.
Yes, thank you. Is there a second?
It was
Who's
seconded.
that second? Put up your hand if you did the second. Oh, thank you, Claire. Okay, I thought it was you, Claire. Just wasn't sure. All right. Roll calls required. Elaine,
Oh, here, yes, sorry.
okay. Sagoon,
Aye.
okay. Tom G,
Yes.
Yes.
Claire,
Yes.
Sam,
Yes.
Imai. Jen, Keith,
He didn't hear you, I think.
oh, okay, Keith,
Aye.
Steve, okay. Okay, Steve O.
Steve Olenoff, yes.
Okay, Angie,
Yes.
Dee, Tabor,
Yes.
S. Okay, Vandana,
Yes.
right, and Erin, yes. All right, we are going to transition into executive session.
Mo Handle votes
1
yes.
minute.
And I'm going to.
I'm a yes as well.
What?
I'm a yes as well. I wasn't called. At least I didn't hear my name.
I
Tom
figured.
did. Okay.
And nor was I. So Mo Handle
Okay.
also votes yes.
Yes. Okay.
I'm stopping the recording right now.
Oh, yeah, Mo.
So I'm about to stop the, YouTube.
That's what I'm gonna do.
There will be one last thing.